Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, power recapper and host of Bachelor Nation News. And one of my favorite former couples is spotted together. Blake Horstman and, what's their names? Blake Moynes and Katie Thurston. There they are. Hey, maybe Blake Horstman's there too. Too many names. Anyway, they are my favorites. I absolutely love these two as individuals. I love them as when they were together. And who knows? A boy can dream. Maybe they're back together. They were spotted together at Blake's event. We're going to share this, then I'm going to share what she said about going down to Paradise as she's going maybe tonight or very soon. I'm not sharing any spoilers, but she talks about it on Caitlin Bristow's podcast as she's been spotted on Paradise. She's the star of F-Boy Island. She's on stage across the country, and now she's in our hearts forever here, immortalized on the Bachelor Nation News. So here's what Blake posted. In conservation, despite the hard work and dedication, wins don't come along as frequently as we would like. It feels like we're always chasing. But the unexpected partnerships formed in this instance, collectively coming together and execute not only the important work itself by Global Conservation Force, but the storytelling by Jesse Donnelly and holding the front line to bring this to the life. Okay, so he's promoting, I guess, a documentary called Holding the Front Line. We'll share a preview of that in a second. And they showed the event. I was invited to this event, and of course I was traveling and am traveling still. I'll be back in Los Angeles tomorrow evening. But how sad, in case anyone wants to serve me, you can find me at LAX, bitch. Come get me. Enjoy that traffic. Anyway, that's another story. But here he is, and I was invited. I wish I could have seen him talk on this panel. Of course, he shared photos, and there he is, sitting next to one Katie Thurston at dinner. Oh boy, where are the hands, Blake? Come on now. Either way, we love them. He's looking extra swole and charismatic on this season of Bachelor in Paradise, and Katie as well. They've almost both glowed up, but of course their relationship and engagement didn't work out, but at least they're supporting each other, if not from afar. So anyway, here's the trailer, but let's go to the YouTube version of the trailer and we can watch it. Anything with a rhino, I'm in on. So here it is, Holding the Front Line, a 49-second preview. Let me go back to the beginning here.
Currently, the trajectory for rhino is that we are sliding down the slope towards extinction.
Good slow-mo shots, helicopters.
The biggest goal in Ranger training is to build resilient, confident young men and women who are leaders and ambassadors of conservation.
They are the ones on the front line, facing poachers head on and protecting our wildlife.
The poaching system is extremely complex.
You don't just prevent them just because you have a gun. They will still come in and commit murder.
Just something worth fighting for, and that's why we're still here. We keep fighting.
Holding the Front Line, coming soon. So we'll know more about this, but looks really fantastic. My only question for Katie, actually, maybe we could get an answer. Is this what Blake wore to the fantasy suite? Because I got to tell you, if not a bad look there. He's like, all right, I'd like to conserve some of that booty. All right, moving along, folks. All right, so anyway, here's what Katie had to say on Off the Vine, the famous podcast by Caitlin Bristow. And again, Katie and Caitlin both former guests on Driving with Dave. Could Blake Moynes also be a guest? Let me tell you something. If I get Blake on Driving with Dave, I might not let him out of the car. That might be a forever thing.
You know, there's only so much I can disclose about Paradise right now, but
yeah.
I think there was a hope for certain things to happen that I couldn't do because I had other obligations to fill, you know?
Right.
But I couldn't tell them, and I was like, I don't know, I gotta go home, I got my cat, gotta go, peace. So
and that adds up. I'd be like, Katie wanting to get back to her cat makes sense.
So when she went on Bachelor in Paradise, she didn't tell them she was also about to be the star of F-Boy Island. But it all worked out.
People don't know this, but Elan Gale, who is the executive of F-Boy Island, used to be the executive producer of The Bachelor. So that's also a funny, interesting little crossover. So when you went down to the beach, what made you have that desire to just go, even though you knew you couldn't, that you had other obligations? What was driving you to be like, yeah, I'm going to do the beach too. Let's do it all.
Well, as you know, when a bachelorette goes down to the beach, she has a lot more pull for what she wants.
Yes.
And
true.
so all of it will make sense when the episode finally comes out of like reasons why I would say yes to it. The only ask Elan had of me was don't fall in love. And I said, no promises.
Yeah. And what did he say to that?
I mean, he just laughed. I mean, it's F-Boy Island. Sometimes there's F-Girls, so you just never know. You know, have fun is I think the most important thing.
I love it. They're gonna do an F-Girl Island, right?
They are, yeah. That should be. It's already filmed, so it'll air early next year.
Oh my gosh, this show is so fun. I actually love watching it so much. I know you can't talk too much about Paradise, but you did know going down that Blake was going to be there, right?
I did know that, yes. I know that he did not know I would be coming, nor did anyone else know when they saw me walk down.
What were people's reaction when you walked down? Because I think a lot of people get really intimidated by...
Yeah, that walk down when you got to show everyone that you're, hey, I'm here. That's a really scary walk. I would trip and fall and be covered in sand.
People being the Bachelorette, which is so funny because we're all like, you know, we're all the same people, but
yeah.
What were people's reactions?
Everyone seemed pretty shocked. Like, I remember it felt like the longest 5 minutes of silence or something. Like, I was like, don't go get up at once, everybody. You know, like I was so uncomfortable.
I mean, whenever a lead shows up, it's a big deal. So everyone knows Katie. I mean, you have to imagine, they know she's single. They know she's going to be someone in there who's going to steal your man. And as far as they're concerned, she's coming down to be, you know, a contender.
Because the producers are like, oh, everyone will get up and hug you. Everyone's going to welcome you. It's going to be great. And so I'm like, yay. So I'm just do-do-do. And then like, I just felt like everyone just stared at me. And I don't know how long it was, but it felt like a lifetime.
If you're going down there, obviously you and Blake are going to talk at some point. Can you tease anything about that, or is it going to be like we have to wait and see?
The thing I'll tease, I mean, it's coming up finally. You know, it's like every week
Yeah.
they're like, when are you coming? I'm like, just hang in there, you know? It's just nice to watch two exes just be emotionally mature in their experience together.
Totally, because it had been, 2 years that you haven't talked in 2 years until this?
Yeah, so when we split, I obviously continued to reach out. And then once I started dating John, it was kind of like a block, basically. And
So Katie reaches out to Blake after they split, and Blake's like, no, I think I'm good. I'm going to go save a rhino. And then, of course, time heals all wounds, and Blake, being the one that was dumped, probably had to come to terms that it wasn't meant to be, and she moved on with John, which was messy. Everyone will tell you it was messy. I don't think there was anything nefarious going on. It was just like, them's the ropes of how these things work.
And I respect it.
Yeah.
Respect the boundaries, you know, I understand.
Yep.
And so, yeah, for 2 years, we had never spoken. And so our literal first conversation was documented on Paradise. So that was great.
That's kind of nice. I feel like at the end of the day, you're two really good people. And I feel like, again, having the emotional maturity to just have a conversation and be able to look back on it and be like, I'm proud of us. I think that's cool. I'm excited to watch that episode.
Now, I don't know. Let's have a little open conversation here. I was asked if I want the spoiler for F-Boy Island, and I said no. I said I don't want the spoiler. I don't know if she's with somebody. She might have ended up with somebody from F-Boy Island. If she's still single, and I understand the relation. Look, okay, hold on. Let me put on my tinfoil hat here. I understand the relationship with Blake didn't work out for a litany of reasons. She was coming off of the show. She needed a support system. He's in Canada. He's saving the whales in Africa or whatever the hell's going on, right? Okay, you know what I mean? Those humpbacks are just, you know, there are no more humpback whales in Kenya. Okay, what's up with that? No, seriously, he's doing great work. Of course, we're here to support it 100%. And by the way, if I do get Blake on Driving with Dave, I pledge that we're going to go. There's a conservation little conservancy group that has a sloth or two sloths, and I swear if I get to do an interview with Blake Moynes, we're going to do it while we hold sloths. We're going to be petting. I hear the sloths are smelly, but it's worth it for the gram. Either way, so Katie and Blake, they don't work out. Okay. But they clearly had something going on in Arizona or New Mexico, wherever the hell they were, in the dry desert. That's the only thing that was dry, right? He was so dewy. So anyway, they had enough gumption to work out, and then things didn't work out afterwards. But of course, I couldn't imagine the stress that Katie was under. What could it be? And she's gonna text me and go, Dave, no way. But could it be? I don't have my X-Files music. That Katie's in a better place. That she's now pursuing her comedy and all of the other things. That she's really happy. And if Blake's around town doing his thing, could there be a chance that they get back together? I don't know. Maybe it's 1 in a million. But what about all that 1 in a million talk? You know, good Dumb and Dumber reference. Anyway, we're going to have to see how it works out. Let's play one last clip of Katie talking about the motivation to go into the new year with people that you love and ditching the losers.
How do you have confidence to feel good about the year coming up?
I think the best thing you can do, and this is what I do every year, towards the end of the year, whatever is bringing me down, I get rid of it, whether that be people, certain elements of my life, social media, my environment, whatever it is, because you know what is hurting you. You know what is sucking away the energy and excitement you have for life, and you have to take those steps to eliminate it. And it's tough because there's comfort in people who are in your life. There's comfort in a city that you're familiar with. But if you aren't growing the way you want to, you're not going to grow by staying the same. So you got to shake shit up and get rid of people and change your environment.
How do you have confidence?
Anyway, so if Katie decides to get rid of me, I tell you what, I'm not going to let it happen. I don't let nope, not on my watch. So where you're stuck. You made your bed and now you got to sleep in it. All right. Anyway, will she? Speaking of beds being made, will she get back with Blake Moynes? My wife just came down. What are the odds that Katie and Blake get back together? Tasha says slim. She says the odds are slim. I don't know. Blake's put on a few pounds of muscle. I'd like to conserve. Okay, anyway, folks, look, we're out of time. I can't finish that thought. We'll be back with more content right after this.